Hi, my name is Ryan Hurley, and I've sold over $1 million on Amazon over the last 7 years. Started out with a lot of work, but now I'm going to tell you how I run it with just a couple hours a month of effort and how I've made all this money from on Amazon. A lot of people in business talk about skills, and that's absolutely necessary, but I actually started with luck. My sisters, we got gifted 3 scratch tickets a number of years ago, and they did theirs before mine. They didn't get anything. But then one day I was like, you know what, I'll just open this scratch ticket. Let me scratch it off. And it was something like the purple 5 diamonds or whatever. And I scratch it, first one, purple diamond, whatever. Second one, another diamond. Third, fourth, fifth, 5 diamonds. And I won $5,000. And I was like, wow, that's pretty cool. And I wanted to be kind, so I gave some away to my sisters. Obviously I had to pay tax. But I was left with about $2,000. With that $2,000, I knew I wanted to spend a little bit on myself, but I also wanted to grow it into something larger. So I started doing research on YouTube for opportunities to grow my money. I saw a lot of YouTube videos, but one of the ones that kept popping up over and over again was FBA, Fulfillment by Amazon. Sell products online without ever needing to touch it. Purchase it from some guy in China, ship it over here, and make all this money. I knew it was going to be harder than it seemed, but all these videos and all these people showing case studies of people making it all this money without needing to physically touch the product, I was like, wow, how can I do that? And so as I dove deeper, everyone's like, Jungle Scout, do this. And so I did as most people did. I purchased a 1-month subscription to Jungle Scout, which is a product research tool. And it allowed me to look through various categories and products to see what products were selling with a lot of revenue, but that didn't have a lot of competition and that the reviews were low. I spent a while looking for different products before I stumbled upon tool belts and accessories for construction workers. What appealed to me at the time was that most tool belts, they're selling $10,000 plus a month on revenue, but they had under 100 reviews for some of the top products. So I was like, I can compete with that. This isn't any crazy Apple headphones, Bose, whatever. It's something that I can get in, make a name for myself, and even a company with just 10 reviews, that'll get some sales. So I started looking on Alibaba. That is where I first found my manufacturer. When I started, I was planning to do just private label, which is take an existing product and slap my brand on it. My name is Ryan, and one of my childhood nicknames was R-Dog. So I was like, you know what? Tool belts, company, people are a little rough. Let's go R-Dog. And I had this vision for kind of a logo with some sort of a dog with like a wrench or a tool in its mouth. I thought that'd be cool. So I found a company that had a good looking tool belt. It was not selling on Amazon, and it was $8, and our get it here from the manufacturer landed $8 plus $2 of shipping. So about a little over $10 to get it here. And it made sense to me because they were selling for around $30 on Amazon. I calculated Amazon was going to take around $7. So 30 minus 7 minus 10 shipping, that leaves me $13 of profit or money to spend on advertising. And that was a pretty appealing idea for me. A lot of people talk about minimum order quantity and needing to start with thousands and thousands of dollars. But most suppliers, if you're reasonable, they're willing to start with a low minimum order quantity. Like me, I did my first order, 42 tool belts, just one box. It was like 20 inches by 20 inches by 20 inches, 42 tool belts, $10 each, just around $420, a little more. One of the ways I was able to convince my supplier to do a lower order quantity is because, not mine, but in a truthful way, I told them my plans to grow this company and how I'm looking to stay with one supplier and grow with them. That within a year, I'm hoping to be ordering 500 units every single quarter. And I think that's a helpful tip to tell them. Just because you're at a low order now, that's a trial run, and that future you're going to be growing. Now, when I started selling back in 2017, you didn't even need to do much PPC, pay-per-click advertising to get going. I took those 42, had them go from India right to my house to inspect it, and then I went house to Amazon FBA warehouses, and I turned it live, and within a week, a couple of units started selling every single week. I enrolled them in Vine, which is a program to give them free reviews, and that was very helpful to get my first. I think I only enrolled like 5 or 10 products because I didn't want to give up all of them. But once the reviews started coming in, the ball started to roll and I started to get more sales. The good thing about private label and higher profit margin products is that because I was making $13 of profit for a $10 product, that meant for every time I sold the product on Amazon, I would repay that product's cost, and then I'd buy enough to purchase one more unit. So next time I could order 84 tool belts, which is exactly what I did. 2 boxes. 42, once it got about halfway down, I was like, let's double it. Then I doubled it again, 160 something. And I kept growing it until I was doing hundreds of units every single month from that one supplier for that one private label product. Once I got to a certain point and I was making a good amount of money with this one product, I was faced with an opportunity to either keep pushing this one product or add new products. And being a money motivated individual, it's like, let's add more products because this one obviously worked. And so I had to think, should I go with the opportunity from looking at product research tools like Jungle Scout to find another random product in a random category that is selling well with that low demand and profitable margins, or should I try and create a brand? And as I looked at the market, and I knew a bit about construction, I've never worked a job, but I'm pretty handy. I've used a tool belt before. I was like, I think there really is an opportunity in this niche, and that from my knowledge, someday I'm gonna wanna sell this brand, and it's a lot more valuable of a multiple if I can keep it in one consolidated niche and build a brand, a community, an email list centered around it. So I was like, all right, tool belts it is, construction related accessories. And I started doing actual product research and finding, oh, electricians use different tools than plumbers, than carpenters, than general contractors. And that I could create these specific tool belt designs that no one had ever seen before. Obviously with the base ideas, but doing research by DMing people on Instagram, construction workers, where do you like your tape measure holder? How large of a hammer holder would you like? Do you hold your pencil on your right or your left side? How big of a pocket for your phone, and more. And I was able to create custom designed tool belts that I thought were very innovative and helped construction workers be more efficient on the job place. So it started as just a business opportunity, but I grew it into a brand that provided actual new value in terms of efficiency, better pockets, better quality materials, and more. Shortly before that, I started looking into hiring other people because I was in school and I was trying to grow this company, and I was doing sports, I was working out, I was sleeping, doing all these activities. It was too much. And so my first thought was, let me try and hire someone around here. I'm from Massachusetts, very expensive state, and the rates were pretty crazy for my scale operation for someone to do just help with marketing. Because I didn't need a full-time employee, which would be 60, 70, 80, 90 grand for someone. But I just wanted someone 10, 20 hours a week, manage some PPC campaigns, update my graphics, and more. And again, went back to YouTube and found finding virtual assistants, contractors, independent contractors in other countries, and started hiring people in the Philippines to help with my company and scale it up. So I hired a number of people in different fields, just 5 to 20 hours a week, graphic design, advertising, marketing, and it was very helpful having these specific specialists work in these fields, and it allowed me to focus on bigger priorities in business than just managing the day-to-day. And that's what I've continued to do, is hire more and more people, so that right now my company still exists and is run by a team of virtual contractors that I supervise and only put in a couple hours every month, but still make money from. Absolutely at the start, I could not just hand it off, I needed to do it all. But once you get the systems in place, you're able to hand it off, delegate it, and make even more money. And so now I've kind of shifted my focus into agency. My company, RDog, is still running, but I've shifted my focus into a passion of mine, data analytics, bookkeeping, and software. And so we're now kind of combining a complete double ledger accounting system, direct integration to Amazon, and eCommerce specific analysis, like that's SKU profit, inventory forecasting, all done for you in one system. And that's my new company, Sell Analytics, that I'm working on. My e-commerce company, because of the systems I've created, it's able to run while I sleep. E-commerce is not something you can just outsource right away or is easy. But if you're willing to put the hours in up front, you do need to invest some money, but not as much as people say. You can absolutely grow your business like mine to over $1 million a year in revenue.